How do we defend freedom of speech?
We all need to defend free speech because once it goes, it's very hard to get back. And we've had a creep over this now for a couple of decades now. You know, we've got the misuse of the Communications Act and we've got these other things that are hampering our free speech. We were more free 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago than we are today. Can you believe that? We were more free decades ago. We've almost got blasphemy laws now through the back door in this country. You know, nobody wants to talk about Islam. Nobody wants to criticize Islam because it can be a death sentence. That's a blasphemy law. Nobody wants to talk about the LGBTQ plus alphabet people because you'll be accused of being homophobic. And all these are an attack on our free speech. Now, I'm not a free speech absolutist because what we don't want is people using the ability of free speech to create problems, such as if I say to you, I'd like you to get a knife and kill that guy. Well, that's free speech if I want to say it, but it's also called incitement to violence. So there has to be limits on free speech, and that's where the problem lies. Who defines what those limits are? And the only way we've done it up to now, which isn't perfect, but it's the only way that works up to now, is we do it through the law. And we have our elected politicians create laws that can define when we go too far with free speech. So we can say whatever we want up to that point. And once you get to that point, you then break the law. And if the public don't like those laws, then we elect new politicians to change those laws, and then we have what we want. What we can't have is what we've got now, which is mob rule, which is if the mob says that's wrong, then it's wrong. And they come knocking on your door with pitchforks and torches and they will tie you to a stake and they'll burn you as a heretic. That's not how we want in this country. And what we also don't want is uh, bureaucrats regulating free speech, because who elects those bureaucrats? Nobody. What side are they on? We have no idea. That's why it has to be legally based in written law that we all can understand. And sometimes those laws will be wrong, because we have some of those laws now and they're wrong, but at least they can be changed by the public if enough of the public want them changed. And that's the only sort of balance we can have.